السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, today we are looking at lesson number 71, as you can see. And today's lesson is titled Hadithul Qamar. Hadithul Qamar. And this is going to be the last lesson that we are going to be seeing for this particular book. Of course, this lesson is in 3 parts. Okay, part 1, part 2, and then there will be part 3. But the topic is the last topic. Well, all of them, they are Hadithul Qamar, but part 1, part 2, part 3. And this here, we are looking at the part 1. And if you observe something also, you know we are getting to the end of the book 2. And so if you look at, observe, most of the words here, there's no vowel on them. There are no vowels on them. Meaning that the author is trying to tell us that at this particular point we are a little bit strong, and so we should be able to read without. We should now be able to read without vowels. Okay, if you see Arabic text, Arabic writings without vowels on them, we should be able to read them. That's what he's trying to depict here, and then that's what we are going to see as we, especially when we go to the book 3, we are now going to see a chunk of it is just made up of the paragraph. The passages are just like that without vowels on them, and also it is going to be more deeper. The words that are going to be used are going to be how do I see it, a little bit difficult than this one. Not necessarily difficult, but they are how do I see it, upper class words. Okay, there are words that are not very common that we are seeing here. Then we'll be looking at it in the book 3. And of course, also we will try to emerge a little bit of Arabic language. We will not be doing the purely English like that. You know, all from book 1 up to book 2, now we have been doing our lessons in English language. But at least if you go to the book 2, we try to merge them, inshallah. We try to use Arabic language as well, inshallah. فلذلك الدرس سيكون باللغة العربية حتى إذا كان هناك أشياء مهم أو أشياء غير مفهوم إن شاء الله سنفسر باللغة الإنجليزية، ولكن الدرس بنفسه سيكون في اللغة العربية إن شاء الله إذا دخلنا في كتاب الثالث إن شاء الله. So let's just begin this lesson also. The author begin by saying that كانت السماء مسحية لا غيم فيها. So the topic is Hadithul Qamar, which means Hadith is actual talk or discussion. Al-Qamar we all know is the moon. So we are going to be having a discussion where we talk about the moon. That's this particular topic. That's just what it is about. It's going to be talking about the moon. So Hadithul Qamar, talk or discussion of the moon. How that is clear. We'll learn a lot. Now the author begin by saying that كانت السماء مسحية. The sama, the skies, it was mushiyatan. When we say mushiyatun, it means it was clear. It was devoid of any, how do I say it, anything that doesn't make it clear. Mushiyatun, clear, something clear. So kanat is-sama'u mushiyatan. The sama, the skies were clear. La ghayma fiha, there wasn't clouds in it. Wal laylatu mukmiratan. And then the night was moonlit. When we say mukmiratun, it means something that has been lightened up by the moon. You can see qamar in it. So mukmiratun, something lit that has been lit by the moon, is termed as mukmiratun. So wal laylatu mukmiratan, and then the night was that which was lightened up by the moon. It was moonlit. Wa kana Hishamun yutali'u al-qamar, and Hisham was looking at the qamar, the moon. Ka'annama yuktali'u fi kitabin, as if he was looking or he was gazing through a book. Tala'a yutali'u, it means to gaze through something. Wa kana abuhu yara zalika fi al-laylati al-muqmira, and then his father saw this in a moonlit night. فَأَرَادَ أَنْ لَا يَضِيعَ هَذَا النَّظْرِ, and then he wanted that he shouldn't waste that sight. وَلَا يَخْلُو مِنْ دَرْسٍ, nor it should be devoid of a lesson. His father saw him looking at the moon, and so his father didn't want him to misuse. Da'a yadi'u, it actually means to lose something, or for something to go in waste. That is da'a yadi'u. How that is clear. So an la yadi'a hadha an-nazar wa la yakhlu min darsin. The verb here is khala yakhlu. Khala yakhlu. It means for something to be void, to be to be without, to be devoid of something. All that is clear. وَلَا يَخْلُو مِنْ دَرْسٍ. It shouldn't be devoid of a lesson. No matter what he's seeing, what he's gazing at, I should use it as an opportunity to teach him something. That's what he's seeing. قال الوالد, the father said, يا هشام, oh Hisham, أراك تنظر إلى القمر طويلا. I saw you looking at the moon for a long. كأنك تتمتع بمنظره. As if you are enjoying. تمتع, to enjoy something. As if you are enjoying, or you are enjoying his sight. You are enjoying his sight or his view. Viewing it is something that you are enjoying with. It's as if that is. Let's see what Hisham says. Hisham says that Naam ya Abi. Oh yes, my father. Inna manzarahu. Indeed, his sight or his view. Jamilun jiddan. Is something very nice. It's a very beautiful sight. La akadu amla'u ayni min. I am almost not able to fool my eyes with it. Mala yamla'u, it means to fill something with another thing. For something to fill another thing. I hope that is clear. So if I fill a cup with water, I will say mala'tuhu bil ma. I fill it with water. And then akada yakadu, it means almost. So la akadu, I am almost not. Amla'u ayni min. I'm almost not able to fill my eyes with it. So I'm looking at it, but I'm not getting the satisfaction. That's what he's saying. And then he says that وَلَوْ قَدَرْتُ لَصَعِدْتُ إِلَيْهِ بِسُلَّمٍ. And if I was able, لَصَعِدْتُ, I would have climbed. Sa'ada, it means to climb. So لَصَعِدْتُ إِلَيْهِ بِسُلَّمٍ, I would have climbed to it with a ladder. Sullamun means a ladder. Al-walidu, the father, let's see what the father says. The father says, وَكَمْ تُقَدِّرُ بُعْدَهُ. And how much do you estimate its distance? Bu'd means farness of something. How far the thing is. That's what it was. Bu'd is farness. قَدَّرَ يُقَدِّرُ, it means to estimate. So he says that وَكَمْ تُقَدِّرُ بُعْدَهُ. And how much do you estimate its farness? Bimana, the moon that you are looking at, how do you think it is far from us? Ya Hisham, oh Hisham. وَأَيُّ سُلَّمٍ أَوْ مَنَارَةٍ تَرَاهَا تَكْفِيكَ لِلصُّعُودِ إِلَى الْقَمَرِ. And وَأَيُّ سُلَّمٍ, and which ladder, أَوْ مَنَارَةٍ or minaret, تَرَاهَا تَكْفِيكَ, that you see or that you think. This ra'a here is ra'a. We have two types of ra'a. We have ra'a basariya. You can be looking at something and you are seeing it physically. And then sometimes you are looking at something, but it's not, or you can say you are looking at something and you are thinking. So if let's say you come and tell me something and I see, oh, I see. That I see doesn't mean I really see. It means I've now understand. So that's what, that's the two types of, so here, that's what he's saying. Out manaratin taraha. It's not just, or which manner do you see? Which manner do you think? Takfika lis-su'udi ila al-qamar. That you think it will be sufficient for you. Takfika. The verb here is kafa yakfi. It means for something to suffice another thing. Suffice you lis-su'udi ila al-qamar, for climbing to the moon. So he's asking him, do you think there is any ladder or any minaret that you think will suffice you to climb to the moon? Let's see what Hisham says. Hisham says that Inni lam ara ya abi sullaman rafi'an jiddan. Oh my father, inni lam ara. Indeed, I have not seen a sullaman, a ladder, rafi'an jiddan, which is very high. Rafi'an, for something to be high, which is very high. Walakin uqaddiru iza kanat hunalika manaratun. But I estimate if there should be a minaret, if there should be a particular minaret, ارتفاعها ضعف منارة كتب الدين في دهلي. Is height, ارتفاعها, ارتفاع means height. If there should be a minaret whose height is ضعف منارة كتب الدين, the multiple or two times that. ضعف means multiple. So the multiple of the height of Kutub-ud-Din, Manaratu Kutub-ud-Din. There's a particular minaret which is called Manaratu Kutub-ud-Din fi Delhi, which is in Delhi, India. So in India, there's a particular minaret very high. It is called Manaratu Kutub-ud-Din. So that's what he's saying. If there should be a ladder or a minaret whose height is 2 times that of the Manara at Qutb-ud-Din in India, he says, La umakkanu as-su'uda ila al-qamar. I would have been able to climb to the moon. That's what he's saying. The father says, وَكَمْ إِرْتِفَاعُ مَنَارَةِ قُطُبِ-الدِّينِ يَا هِشَامِ. And how tall or how high is the Manara to Qutb-ud-Din, which is in India, or Hisham? Hisham says that سَمِعْتُ أَنَّ إِرْتِفَاعَهَا. I heard that its irtifa, its height, is مِئَتَانِ وَإِسْنَتَانِ وَأَرْبَعُونَ قَدَمًا. Its height is 242. مِئَتَانِ وَإِسْنَتَانِ وَأَرْبَعُونَ. 242 قَدَمًا, feet. Okay, is 242 feet. أو ثمانون ذراعا, or 80 ذراع. When we say ذراع is what we tell in English, we call it cubits. Okay, 80 cubits. وَذَلِكَ إِرْتِفَاءٌ كَبِيرٌ. And that is a very big height, or very great height. So he's saying that this Manara to Qutb-ud-Din is 242 feet. And if there should be a ladder which is, or a minaret which is 2 times that, and that would be 484 feet, meaning it will suffice him to climb to reach the moon. If he should climb a ladder which is, or a minaret which is 484 feet, it should get him to the moon. The boys, look at what the boy is saying, the child is saying. Al-Walidu, the father says, Subhanallah, glory be to Allah. Innaka waladun basitun. You are a very simple boy, you are a very cute boy. Innal qamara ya waladi. Indeed, the moon, oh my child, my beloved child. Yaba'adu min al-ard. It is far from the earth. Ba'uda yaba'adu. It means for something to be far, to make a distance between another thing. So yaba'adu min al-ard. It is far from the earth. Mi'atay alf wa hamsina alfa minin. 250. Mi'atay alf wa hamsin. 250,000 miles. He's saying that the qamar, the moon, is 250,000 miles from the earth. وَهُوَ أَقْرَبُ الْكَوَاكِبِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. And it is the closest kawakib. It is the closest. When we say kawakib, is the plural of kawkabun, which means kawkab is actually used for stars, very brilliant and bright stars, like we saw in Surah Yusuf. Oh, that is Surah Yusuf. We saw this. Okay, Surah Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam telling he had a dream of seeing kawakib, some kawakib. It's called Yusuf li abihi ya abati inni ra'aytu ahada ashara kawkaban wa shams. So kawkab in that context is stars, so very brilliant stars. But kawkab can also mean planet. So very big and brilliant stars are called kawkab, and even to an extent some planets are also called kawkab. Of that is clear. So now he says that وَهُوَ أَقْرَبُ الْكَوَاكِبِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ, and it is the closest kawkab planets to the earth. So among the planets, the sun is the one which is even closest to the earth, and its distance is already like that, 250,000 miles. Hisham now says that فَفِي كَمْ مُدَّةٍ يَصِلُ الْإِنسَانِ إِلَى الْقَمَرِ إِذَا سَافَرَ إِلَيْهِ وَفِي كَمْ مُدَّةٍ, and in how much time. Mudda means a period of time, a time interval is what we term as mudda. So he says that فَفِي كَمْ مُدَّةٍ, and in how much time interval. يَصِلُ الْإِنسَانِ, that a human being will reach إِلَى الْقَمَرِ, to the moon, إِذَا سَافَرَ إِلَيْهِ, if he should, when he travel to it. The father says that إِذَا سَافَرَ الْإِنسَانُ إِلَى الْقَمَرِ فِي قِطَارٍ, if a human being should travel to the moon, فِي قِطَارٍ, in a train, يَسِيرُ 50 مِيلًا فِي سَاعَةٍ, which moves 50 مِيلًا, 50 miles, في ساعة, in an hour. So 50 miles per hour, a train moving at 50 miles per hour. فَإِنَّهُ يَصِلُ إِلَى الْقَمَرِ فِي نَحْوِ 7 أشهر. He will reach the moon in a like of 7 months. So a human being moving in a train which is moving at 50 miles per hour, okay, he will reach the moon في نحو 7 أشهر, in approximately 7 months. So it will take you 7 months to go to the moon if you are moving in a train. So if there should have been a path, a train road, a train path to the moon, and you are moving through this train, it will take you, not even in any normal train, a train that is moving at 50 miles per hour, it will take 7 months to get to the moon. وَإِذَا كَانَتِ الطَّائِرَةُ, and if it were to be an aeroplane, تَطِيرُ 500 ميل, which moves at 500 miles في ساعة in per hour. So 500 miles per hour, a train that is moving very fast at 500 miles per hour. فَالْإِنسَانُ يَصِلُ إِلَى الْقَمَرِ, so for that one, the human being will reach the moon بِالطَّائِرَةِ, by the train, by the plane, فِي يَوْمَيْنِ, in 2 days, وَإِشْرِينَ سَاعَةً, and 20 hours. So 2 days and 20 hours. It will take you 2 days and 20 hours if you are moving in a plane that moves at 500 miles per hour. It will take you 2 days and 20 hours to reach the moon. Let's see what Hisham says. Hisham says that, Ya Subhanallah. Oh, Subhanallah. Glory be to Allah. He's also amazed by what his father has told him. وَسَمِعْتُكَ يَا أَبِي تَقُولُ, and I heard you, O my father, saying, إِنَّ الْقَمَرَ أَقْرَبُ الْكَوَاكِبِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. Indeed, the moon is the closest kawakib, is the closest planet, إِلَى الْأَرْضِ, to the earth. فَهَلِ الْقَمَرُ كَوْكَبٌ, so is the qamar, is the moon a kawkab, a planet? Al-Walidu, the father says that, Na'am, yes, ya waladi, O my beloved son. Al-Qamaru wa shamsu wal ard, the moon, the sun, and then the earth. Wan nujumu kulluha, and then the stars, all of them. Kawakibun, they are all kawakib, planets. Min hal qaribu, among them are those which are close. Wa min hal ba'id, and among them they are those which are far. وَمِنْ الصَّغِيرِ, and among them are those which are small. وَمِنْ الْكَبِيرِ, and among them are those which are big. Hisham now says that شَيْءٌ غَرِيبٌ, something strange. What you have told me is something strange. فَهَلِ الشَّمْسُ أَقْرَبُ الْكَوَاكِبِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ, so is the Shams, is the sun, the closest planet to the earth. وَلِذَلِكَ نُورُهَا سَاطِعٌ وَكَوِيٌّ جِدًّا. وَلِذَلِكَ, and due to that, is light, is bright. Sati'un is bright. Wakawiyyun jiddan, and very strong. So he's asking a question: is the sun closest akrabul kawakib? Is it the closest planet to the earth? And due to that, its light is very bright and strong. Is it so? Al-Walidu, the father says that, La ya waladi, no, oh my son. Ash-shamsu tab'udu min al-ard. The shams, the sun, is far from the earth. مقدار 90 مليونا و3 ملايين. مقدار, estimate, meaning approximately 90 مليون و3 ملايين, 93 million. That is what he's saying. 90 ملايين, 90 million, و3 ملايين, and 3 million. So meaning 93 million. So the sun is far from the earth by 93 million miles. 93 million miles. That's what he's saying. فَالْإِنسَانُ يَصِلُ إِلَى الشَّمْسِ فِي ذَلِكَ الْقِطَارِ. So for the human being arrives at the sun. If you want to move to the sun, you can arrive في ذلك القطار, in that train. You can remember he talk about a particular train. في 200 عام, in 200 years. وَأَشَرَةَ أَعْوَامٍ, 210 years. So if you want to travel to the sun, you have to take 210 years using the train that he talked about previously. Hisham now says, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah is great. وَلِأَيِّ شَيْءٍ هِيَ سَاطِعَةٌ وَادِحَةٌ جِدًّا. وَلِأَيِّ شَيْءٍ, and for what thing? What's the reason for it being سَاطِعٌ, very bright, very sharp. Okay, Sati'un actually means for something to be very sharp in brilliance. Wadihatun, very clear. Al-Walidu, the father says that لِأَنَّهَا أَكْبَرُ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ, because it is bigger than the earth. مليون و300 ألف مرة. It is bigger than the earth, مليون و300 1 million and then 300,000 times. Million, 1 million, وثلاثمائة and 300 ألف, thousand, marra, times. So it is bigger than the sun is bigger than the earth 1,300,000 times. 1,300,000 times. In simplicity, we see 1.3 million. 1.3 million times. That's how the sun is bigger than the earth. The sun is bigger than the earth 1.3 million times. That's what he's seeing. MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Then al-walidu, the father says that لأنها, so that's what we have seen. وَلَوْلَا هَذَا الْبُعْد, and had it not been for this distance, al-bu'du shasi', this vast distance. When we say shasi'un, it means vast. All that is clear. It means what? Vast or wide or huge. So bu'du shasi', this vast distance, had it not been because of this vast distance, لَكَانَتْ أَسْطَعَ, it should have been more brighter, وَأَوْضَحَ, and more clearer. Hisham now says that وَهَلْ هَذِهِ النُّجُومُ الَّتِي نَرَاهَا كَالنُّقَةِ صَغِيرَةٌ جِدًّا. وَهَلْ هَذِهِ النُّجُومُ, and are these nujum, are these stars, التي نراها, that which we see, كَالنُّقَةِ, like dust. Are they like dust as we see them? That's what he's saying. صغير جدا, small. So he's asking that the nujum, the stars that are very small, like dust, are they small? Are they very small? That's what he's saying. Here صغيرة جدا, are they very small? Al-walidu, the father says, لا يا ولدي, no my son. إن بعض النجوم, indeed some of the nujum, some of the stars, أكبر من الشمس بكثير, they are far bigger than the earth by a lot. They are far bigger than the sun by a lot. Meaning that the sun, which is 1.3 million times the earth, is small. It's even small compared to some stars. There are some stars which are even far bigger than the sun. That's what he's saying. ولكنها أبعد عنها كذلك بكثير. However, they are also far from the sun as well. That's what he's saying. حتى إن بعضها لا يرى إلا بالمكبرة. To the extent that some of them cannot be seen, لا يرى, they cannot be seen إلا بالمكبرة, except by a magnifier. If you don't use a magnifier, you can't see it. Al-mukabbara actually means a magnifier. That is clear. Something like a telescope, it magnifies. So if not those ones, you can see those stars which are far bigger than the sun. Alhamdulillah, this brings us to the end of this particular beautiful lesson. We have to thank Allah for that. You know, let's talk about this a lot. You know, inna fi khalqi samawati wal ardi wa ikhtilafi al-layli wan nahari la-ayatin li ulil albab. Indeed, in the creation of the earth and then the skies, if you just take your head and look, you know, like Allah told us in Surah Yunus, if Allah hadn't even, if there's no even something like a messenger or a Quran, there would have still been a hujjah against us. If you raise your head and look up, whatever you are seeing is enough as an evidence for humanity that there is a creator somewhere who deserves to be worshipped. You know, so it's not a matter of messenger. Some people do ask questions sometimes. Let's say people who didn't receive any messenger or people who doesn't know about Islam. So let's just assume there are people somewhere who don't know about Islam, and then they're asking what are their case, or people who are at the age of Jahiliyyah when there was no prophet. So what's their case? Allah says in the creation of the heavens and the earth, there is a sign. That one alone is enough for us, a hujjah against them, to show that they need to be a creator. Look at all these things, and that's small. That's small. What we know of the universe is very small. If you look at scientific research, what we know about the universe is very small. And that little that we even know, if you look at it, subhanallah, how far our knowledge can go. That one alone, if you look at it, you will be amazed. That's why some of these, even big scientists, they say that Allah didn't create the universe in a play, Isaac Newton, you know. So we have to ponder. Sometimes we have to ponder about them. Just sit down and look at them. And then that will bring us close to Allah. You know. May Allah grant us the ability to reflect on the Quran, the ayahs of the Quran, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.